we're going to start from the beginning, the musical alphabet. And I'll write that out for you. All right, it's simple. The musical alphabet is from the letter A to the letter G, going from left to right. We assume that we are ascending on a staff or pitch-wise, as in the notes are going up, they're going higher. And if we go backwards from G to A, it is safe to assume that we're referencing the notes going lower. So for example, if we were going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I'll use keyboard to kind of help out with that. Let me see if I can find that sweet spot. Give me an A to G. Here we go. And I'm just going to use white keys only. All right. So we just went from A to G. Now this pretty much loops itself. So when you get to G, you go back to A. So if you're wondering what note comes after, that's pretty much how it works. And vice versa. If you're going down and you get to A, you would go back to G. So if we were to start here, which we would count the note itself as 1, and we said we're going to go from B to B, musically, it would be B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is where we get the word octave from. So basically it would be ascending, and this is assuming that the notes are still going up from G. So it looks kind of like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, going that way. So in a lot of books, they have it in a circle, where it's going in a circle, but it's actually going up at an angle, pitch-wise or straight up period, however you want to look at it. If we're ascending, if we're descending, we could go B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B. So when you see it in a circle, it doesn't mean that it's the same couple of pitches over and over, because they change in range, they change at frequencies that they vibrate, but it's the same note. So that's where we get the octave from, is that if you count the note itself, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1 to 8. So 1 and 8 are the same pitch, just in different ranges. I'll get to the written portion later, but I just want you to understand the musical alphabet. With that being said, there's something you need to know about the musical alphabet from the onset. That is that there are natural half steps that occur on the keyboard. They can be seen here on this keyboard, where you got your 2 sets of black keys in this particular portion of the keyboard. 1, 2, 3. Then it's 2 white keys right next to each other. Then 1, 2. 2 white keys right next to each other. Then 1, 2, 3. And that kind of tells us how the keyboard is set up with its natural half steps. You can see it here that there's a natural half step between B and C, E and F. And you might be saying, well, what is a half step? And we're going to talk about that. But if you notice, there's space between each white key where there's a black key, except in those 2 spots. All right. So we're looking at it, and it's addressing it here, the natural half steps. And I'm including this other whiteboard or panel, or what you want to call it, so that if you want to take a shot of it or whatever you need to do, freeze frame, screenshot, or whatever, you can, and it has it written there. But at any rate, again, the musical alphabet, you got A, B, C, and here you see B, C. So when we're talking about natural half steps, that means 1 piano key over, just 1 piano key over without skipping. So I need you guys to keep in mind, I want you to look at these black keys as if they were just as long as the white keys. They're shortened so that the human hand can play the piano without having to stretch so much. So they shorten the black keys so that you can reach them with ease when you're playing the keyboard. But at any rate, again, B to C, E to F. That is where the natural half steps occur. But if we have our natural half steps, that means that we also have half steps that we create. So again, our natural half steps is we identify the pitches in the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That means that every type of note will be some type of A, some type of B, some type of C, some type of D, some type of E, F, or G. As in, these are the only letter names we're going to give certain notes. But we'll use what we call accidentals to change pitches. So, and it gets really tricky right up here in those natural half steps, but you'll understand it. And I'm going to draw some of this stuff to kind of help you guys out. A sharp sign is the hashtag now. And I'm going to start with the sharp. And I'm going to expand on it. This is a sharp sign. Yeah, I know my handwriting not the best, but that's an S. S-H-A-R-P, sharp. The other is a natural. Now, depending on the font somebody's using in handwriting, of course, I use the pound sign tic-tac-toe board for a sharp sign, and I always call the natural a L7, because if you draw an L and you put a 7 on it, you end up with a natural sign. Sometimes you might see with a little lean, a little curve on those stems or whatever. That's just, you know, people using different fonts, something flashy. I got a little curl on mine here. I'll take that off. But that's essentially a natural sign each time. All right. Oh, the keyboard gave out on me. Let me get that back up. All right. And then we have the flat sign, which is like a B. Sometimes it's a little bit fancier. Sometimes you'll see it a little bit straighter. Or you'll actually see somebody put like a lowercase b. Those are all flat signs when we're talking about music. All right. Now, when we talk about accidentals, it's referencing what this does to notes. Now, I'm going to make a separate video for this, but I wanted to address it since we talked about half steps. This is part of where our half steps are created. And I'm going to show this here, and then I'm going to skip to another video. And I like to show that first, that one makes notes go up, one makes notes go down. So the question is, what does this one do? And I'm going to use a symbol for rotating arrows, because a natural neutralizes or takes notes back to its natural state. Like when you saw the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it takes it back to being that A, B, C, D, E, F, G versus raising or lowering. It corrects sharps or flats that have been added via key signature or accidental. I'll begin by teaching it using accidentals.